Most expensive works of art. Hello viewers, and welcome back to another episode on this channel. And for those of you who are just joining us, or for those of you who are new to the channel, quickly take a moment to subscribe and click on the notification bell in order to not miss out on any more episodes. So, do you have some spare cash and want to hang a popular artwork on your office wall or bedroom wall? Well, that's a great desire, but before you go dancing into the art shop, why not let us enlighten you a little on some of the artworks you could get? The value of a painting is hard to judge because some artworks are priceless. As it's been said, most pictures can be worth 1,000 words. There are thousands of artworks that could have immense value, which only matters how much a person wants to pay for it. When it comes to works of art, it's sold and bought most times, bringing hefty cash as an immeasurable price tag value is placed on it, such that most people will not be able to afford it. Art is something completely objective. Every year, millions of dollars are spent on artworks by art collectors who want to own the world's most famous artworks. And unless you're some kind of royalty, a hedge fund owner, or a billionaire, these things on this list will be nothing to you more than a distant dream. Now, I want you to know that the most expensive artworks are not really the most famous artworks. And the most famous artworks are owned by the museums. And they rarely sell them, which means they are quite priceless. Nevertheless, we've taken a journey through time, and here are some of the most expensively sold artworks till date. Salvator Mundi by Leonardo da Vinci. Now, how much do you think the most expensive artwork in the world will cost? Well, don't be surprised, as it costs a seemingly huge sum of $450.3 million. Salvator Mundi was painted for King Louis XII and his partner, Anne of Brittany, by Leonardo da Vinci, the ages-past artist we've all grown to know. The artwork was painted in the 1500s and was mostly put under the radar for its authenticity. A half-length figure of Christ as Savior of the world was on the world's most expensive artwork. Dressed in Renaissance clothes, offering benediction with the right hand and holding a crystal orb in his left hand. On November 15, 2017, the painting fetched hefty millions of dollars at Christie's auction in New York, and the artwork was bought by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia by his Minister of Culture. The panel dimensions are 65.5 centimeters by 45.1 centimeters. Painted image dimensions are 64.5 centimeters by 44.7 centimeters, and the painting medium is oil on a walnut panel. Interchanged by Willem de Kooning. The artwork was painted by Willem de Kooning, a Dutch-American abstract painter. The Interchange was one of Willem de Kooning's abstract landscape works without definite visuals. The artwork illustrates Willem's endeavor to express through abstract expressionism. The artwork was painted in the year 1955. The dimension was 200.7 centimeters by 175.3 centimeters, and the medium is oil on canvas. In September 2015, the artwork was sold for $300 million. This made it one of the most valuable paintings sold at an auction, and it was sold to Kenneth Griffin, the CEO of the hedge fund Citadel. The Card Players by Paul Cézanne. The Card Player is a series of paintings painted in 1892 or 1893 by Paul Cézanne, which is seen as a contribution to modern art. The painting was in 5 series with different sizes and subjects, which kept Paul Cézanne busy for years. 4 out of the series of Card Players paintings were kept in 4 different French museums, while the last painting was with a private collector. The artwork held by the private collector was bought by the royal family of Qatar in April 2011 with the sum of $250 million. The medium of the painting was an oil painting on canvas. The movement is Impressionism, and the depicted location is in Musée d'Orsay Cottard Gallery, Barnes Foundation Metropolitan. Nafea Fa Ipo Ipo by Paul Gauguin. Paul Gauguin is renowned for his experimentation with syntheticism and the bold use of colors. He was not particularly popular during his lifetime, and he only gained fame after his death in 1903. Paul Gauguin painted the post-impressionist Nafea Fa Ipo Ipo, which mundanely translates to "When will you marry?" in the year 1892. The Nafea Fa Ipo Ipo is a colorful combination of reds, greens, blues, browns, and yellows, with the main subject of two Tahitian women sitting on the ground in a diverse landscape with waters, trees, and mountains in the background. The medium of the artwork is oil on canvas. The dimensions are 101.5 centimeters by 77.5 centimeters, and the location is at Museo Reina Sofia. The artwork was reportedly sold to the royal family of Qatar in September 2014, before it was sold to Sheikh Al Mayasa bin Hamad Al Thanifor for $210 million in 2015. The painting was exhibited at the Foundation Beyeler in Rien for a short period until 28th of June 2015. Number 17A by Jackson Pollock. Jackson Pollock is one of the most famous abstract and expressionist painters. Number 17A was painted by Jackson Pollock in 1948, with stunning drip painting features with different bold colors like red, orange-blue, yellow, and black and white. The number 17A painting medium is aluminum and enamel paint on paper mounted on fiberboard. The auction house is a private sale, and the dimensions is 56 centimeters by 72 centimeters. The painting was bought by Kenneth Griffin in September 2015 and was sold to him by David Griffin Foundation at a significant cost of $200 million. Number 6, Violet Green and Red by Mark Rothko. Mark Rothko was a celebrated abstract expressionist known for his iconic color field paintings making use of blocks of colors, which has made him to be regarded as one of the most prominent artists of the 20th century. Mark was a firm believer who brings out the concepts of morality and spirituality through artwork. Part of his paintings of spirituality is number 6, Violet Green and Red, which was painted in the year 1951. The artwork number 6 consists of large expanses of color portrayed by uneven, hazy shades. He managed to show his medium of emotions by carefully using composition and soft rectangular forms of color that seem to float on oil on canvas. The price of the artwork is $186 million. The sale date was August 2014. The auction house was Yves Bouvier through private sale. The seller is Cherise Muexin, and the buyer is Dmitry Rybovlev. The artwork is one of the most expensive paintings sold in an auction of oil paintings. Pendant portraits of Maerten Solmens and Oopjen Coppit by Rembrandt. This couple's portraits were painted by the famous Rembrandt in 1634 during the wedding of Maerten and Oopjen. This was the first full-length portrait painted by Rembrandt. The painting was done individually but has always been together and never been separated. In September 2015, the Rijksmuseum in Netherlands and the Louvre Museum in Paris jointly purchased the artworks from the Rothschild family for the sum of $180 million. The medium is oil on canvas. The dimensions are 208 centimeters by 132 centimeters, and the auction house was private sale. Nu Coche by Amedeo Modigliani. Nu Coche is also an expensive artwork that was painted between 1917 and 1918 by Amedeo Modigliani, a famous Italian artist. He's well known for his artworks in France and Paris between 1915 and 1919. And most of his paintings have an impeccable resemblance due to his style of the use of nudity. The new Coppit artwork was sold on November 9th, 2015 at a cost of $170.4 million. This painting was bought by a billionaire named Louis Yiqian, who was a former taxi driver. Louis Yiqian owns 2 private museums in Shanghai and was able to pay for the artwork using an American Express card. The painting medium is oil on canvas and the dimensions are 72.4 centimeters by 116.5 centimeters. Number 5, 1948 by Jackson Pollock. Number 5, 1948 was an artwork painted by an American painter, Jackson Pollock, which turned out to be a classic Pollock drip painting. Number 5 has organic lines with droplets of gray, blue, and red in various shades. Nevertheless, thick amounts of brown and yellow paints were used on the board, making it form the next appearance. The artwork was done on a sheet of fiberboard measuring 8 feet by 4 feet. The artwork was in Newhouse before it was sold to David Geffen, who is the co-founder of DreamWorks SKG. The painting was later sold legally in November 2006 to David Martinez, a partner at FinTech Advisory Limited, for the sum of $140 million. One could say it was quite an exquisite piece, at least if you understand what the weird linings mean. And still, one shouldn't go without saying that as the art industry grows each passing day, artworks continue to attract massive prices we've never heard of. While the most expensive artworks are being rushed after by museums, collectors, and traders who aim to make profits off of them, there are still those who see beauty in the mumbo-jumbo of others. Do you happen to be one of them? Let us know in the comments below, which is your all-time best painting? Also, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, join the train of subscribers, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the fun. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.